March 24th. Worship is first and foremost for His benefit, not ours. Though it is marvelous to discover that in giving Him pleasure, we ourselves enter into what can become our richest and most wholesome experience in life. Graham Kendrick. I found this account in a blog called Rachel's Ramblings. A few weeks ago, we visited Ben's parents' church for the first time. It is a small church, a work in progress. There isn't a worship team there yet. Instead, they worship to music from a CD with one woman that sings on stage. I have to admit, I had a very hard time getting into it. I didn't even sing at first, even though I knew the songs. Then I looked down at my 8-year-old daughter. She was singing her little heart out. She looked up at me and gave me the biggest smile. I immediately felt convicted. My little girl was singing and worshipping our Lord while her mother just stood there. I then started singing right away and soon found that it wasn't that difficult for me after all. After the service, when we were in the car driving, Ben and I began talking about the service. Ben said that he felt the same way that I did about having a hard time getting into the worship at first. He felt convicted as well. He said that he felt like he was putting conditions on his worship. He told me that we should never have conditions on our worship. I don't know about you, but this account definitely convicted me. Too often I find myself analyzing the worship rather than worshipping. A wrong note here, a missed beat there, and I get distracted. The problem, of course, is not the worship. The problem is me. It is me thinking worship is for my benefit, to make me feel good. It is me expecting the worship to cater to my needs. Instead, God expects me to worship Him, to please Him, even if it means gritting my teeth and getting on with it. But the Graham Kendrick quote for today gives us a wonderful promise that when we worship for God's benefit, we will be rewarded as well. When we worship for God's pleasure, we are transported into pleasure ourselves. Worship that is for God alone is the best kind of worship for us as well. Today's prayer: Lord, may my worship be first and foremost for your benefit and your pleasure.